When working in Modo, the action centers are ultimately going to determine where the tool handles for any tool are going to show up inside of our three-dimensional scene. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to go in and select the top part of my cool car here and simply activate the Move tool. Well, what determines where this tool handle shows up? It's called an action center, and we have a whole series of them that we can control. Right now, you can find the action center pull-down menu at the top of our screen right here where it says action center, and you can see that we have this crazy long list. Right now, our action centers are turned off, so actually the action center is set to none, okay? And when it's set to none, check it out, let me fire the Move tool. We can actually left-click anywhere in our three-dimensional scene and place our action centers where we want. This is actually kind of neat because now I can like zoom in really close, click right there, and my action handles will go right there. So it allows me to interactively change the location of our action centers. Now, if you want your action centers to be placed in the center of your selected 3D object, change your action center to automatic. And check it out. You can see that, boom, it automatically moves to the center of your selection. Now, you can always go back to deactivating your action center by going to none, and then you're back to left clicking and dragging and placing these where you want to go. Now this is really handy in a lot of different scenarios. Let me show you one. Let me look at my scene from the top, and what if I wanted to rotate this entire cube like a door around that point right there. So if I drop the tool and fire the rotation tool, you can see that that's where my rotation handles are going to go. However, since my action centers are turned off, let's get it back here. I can left click on that vert. Boom. My action handles immediately go there, and I can rotate that thing like a door. Makes editing and doing precise editing all very, very fast. Now, the action centers, as you can see, we have a whole bunch of them. Now, we're not going to go through all of them right now, but I do want to focus on one, which is Origin. The Origin Action Center plays a big role in our three-dimensional modeling process, and let's just talk about what that is for a second here. Now, as we remember, the origin of the scene is represented by the intersection of the two black lines inside of our three-dimensional grid. Now, as one might imagine, and let's just grab this top bit of our train here. If we change our action center to origin and fire off the Move tool, the W key on your keyboard, boom, check it out. Our action handles immediately go right to the center of our scene, to the origin of our scene. Now, we can't move these tool handles away. Okay, they're always going to show up right there, which is exactly what we want. Because now we can make some very precise edits, at the location of the origin inside of our scene. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's a great example. What if I was to select all the polygons inside of my scene? My action center is set to origin, and now I want to fire off the scale tool. I can globally grow and shrink things to the center of our universe now, which is pretty cool. Remember, the origin is the only defined location inside of all 3D modeling and animation packages. Even in the game world, everyone understands the role of the origin. So being able to make edits to the origin is very, very handy. In addition, it also opens up a whole suite of tools that work at the origin of the scene. Specifically, mirroring and deformation should always happen at the origin. So being able to change our action centers to any number of these options here gives us a tremendous amount of control. As a reminder, if you go up to none, it's going to disable the action centers, and we're going to be able to place our tool handles wherever we want inside of our three-dimensional scene. The origin action center is always going to place their tool handles at the origin of our scene.